Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Jacobs here with the Professional Storm Responders. Just wanted to come in and give you an update on what has happened in the past few days as far as weather and what you can expect here in the next few days as a snowstorm. They call it a nor'easter is developing. Got some good news for some of you and some bad news for some of you as well. So we'll get into that in a minute. But first, let's take a look at our current radar and what's happening across the United States as of right now. No severe weather to report. There is one special weather statement, and that's going to be right there on the Alabama Tennessee border. Let's pull up the radar here and we'll pull up what the warning says. And it looks like it's going to be for gusty winds. Winds up to 50 miles an hour. Storm is moving very slow at 25 miles an hour, so flash flooding could be a concern as this storm is not moving very fast. So it's going to dump a lot of rain in the same areas for a while. So something else to keep in mind if you live in the areas of Huntsville, Alabama, up into Tullahoma, Fayetteville, I believe that's Winchester. Yeah, Winchester, Tennessee, there, right along the Alabama state line. Once again, non-severe, but a special weather statement is in effect for that area, and it lasts for the next 45 minutes, so that it would be 5:30 Eastern time. So just wanted to bring you an update on that. Currently in west central Ohio, we'll give you a look at what it looks like outside right now. As you can see, a very clear and beautiful day outside. A little chilly, but that's to be expected for February in Ohio. But we're not going to complain about the weather here the past few days. For those of you who tune in quite frequently, know that this camera is facing the north toward Paulding County. So as you can see, not a lot of clouds in the sky today. That's going to change here over the next 24 hours as the clouds will start to gather, and it will be a little bit colder and cloudy here over the next few days in west central Ohio. If we go to, let's see here, we'll go to, let's 12 hours. And the largest amount of snow that our area is going to get is now maybe 2 inches, and that's going to be in the southern half of Ohio. Let me do this really quick. Yeah, we're going to pull up Ohio. It's going to be along the line of I'm going to draw a real rough line on where the snow is going to go. And like I said, 1 to 2 inches are what they're now forecasting for this area. If you live in Pennsylvania, right now they're calling for 4+ inches of snow. Well, let's try this again. 4+ inches of snow. And along this part of a line over here is going to be between about a 1/2 inch to maybe 1 inch of snow. So what we're kind of looking at. And then the further north we go, you're going to see those blizzard conditions up into the northeast. You know, your New York, your New Hampshire, your Maine, and all those areas. That is where you're going to see the flooding, blizzard-like conditions from this nor'easter. So as it tracks through, it's going to gain strength. Eventually will cause a lot of headaches for folks up here in the northeast. So that's why I said when it's good news, bad news. Good news is if you live in Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, where they were calling for 4 to 6 inches of snow yesterday, I believe it was. They're now calling for, like I said, maybe 2 inches, and that's probably stretching it along southern Ohio here. You know, Cincinnati, Chillicothe, Ironton area. If you live Columbus north, so north of I-70 here, I'll draw a line for those of you who aren't necessarily familiar with the state of Ohio. But basically, anything north of that, you probably won't see any snow over the next couple days. And once again, there's a warm sector that was going to possibly push this further to the east more than north, and it was coming from, this is where we're seeing all the severe weather here. You know, it's been in Mississippi, Texas, Louisiana. It is, we'll use red, has kind of pushed up from the Gulf. Now that's probably about where it's sitting right now. And then you have all this cold air, which is, like I said, pushing in that general direction. And what the warm sector is doing is creating all the moisture that has been dumped over Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Alabama over the past few days. But it's also caused the shifting of the storm too. So if you live in the Great Lakes, that's good news for you. If you live in the Northeast, it looks like you guys are going to be kind of in the bullseye for this storm. So that's kind of what your future cast looks like across the United States. Obviously, if things change, we'll update you. If you follow us on Facebook, you see that we've posted, I think 3 times in 4 days now, the different forecasts that have been given for northern Indiana and Wilmington. So, it's kind of, once again, what we're looking at. Another thing that is going to impact our weather is El Nino is moving back in and kind of creating havoc with a lot of stuff as well. So you're going to see a shift in the weather pattern that we've been having. I'm not going to say it's going to be above average temperatures or anything like that, but I'm just saying as far as the weather patterns we've been having here recently are going to probably shift a little bit. I do believe that they have said that this area is going to be, for the next 7 to 10 days, colder than average, so you can expect cooler temperatures in the Great Lakes, down into New Mexico, Arizona, back into California. You can expect above average temperatures, and then into the southeast, it's going to be slightly above average temperatures for this time of year as spring is quickly approaching. It's a great segue into reminding everybody, if you're interested, springtime is always when the National Weather Services start offering their Skywarn classes. They're nationwide. Most, if not all, states will have in-person classes if you feel more comfortable doing a class in person. But National Weather Service, since COVID, has started offering virtual Skywarn training classes as well. That's for basic and advanced classes. And is one, get you certified to be a Skywarn weather spotter. Two, it's going to educate you on a lot of things for basic weather terminology, knowledge. It's going to help you on severe weather days so you're not necessarily as scared or unprepared. You're going to have a better idea of, the forecast and everything, all that stuff like that. So we always recommend that everybody takes a Skywarn class at least once. Our team, we've all decided that we will do it once a year. And some of the members will not only take the basic and advanced classes, but there's an elite class offered by the National Weather Service in Paducah, offered by our friend Christina Wilgos, who has been a tremendous asset to our team, has come on and done a couple interviews with us, and actually, will correspond with us from time to time, is a wealth of knowledge and is a great person, period. So we always recommend that class too. The only difference between the elite class and the advanced class is you actually have to take a test for the elite class, and that's why we recommend it, because at least if you pass the class, you kind of understand what's going on. So that's kind of where we're at right now with the weather. Like I said, right now that line of storms there from about central Alabama into middle Tennessee are all under a special weather statement. No severe storms at this time, so it's good to kind of get a break after the past few days of several rounds of severe weather. With that being said, we would like to remind you, if you haven't done so already, please click that bell and that subscribe button. Follow us here on YouTube if this is your first time coming here. If it is, or even if it isn't, please leave a comment. Tell us where you're from. Tell us where you're watching us from, so we get an idea of where our audience is, and we can better fine-tune what we're doing to help our followers. You can also find us on TikTok, X, and Facebook. On X and TikTok, we are under PS Responders. In Facebook, you can find us as the Professional Storm Responders, as well as here on YouTube. And I know we say this in most of our videos, but in case there's somebody new watching this video, we recommend that you go follow us on all forms of social media, because it's sorry, the dog had me distracted for a second. On each social media platform, we do something very different. Here we kind of do recap videos. We may go live during severe weather days. On Facebook, we do educational posts. We also have trivia and giveaways on our Facebook. On X, we repost a lot of warnings and stuff like that, so it's another good place to get live updates on warnings in your affected areas. And on TikTok, it's more entertainment, more high-paced, faster type of videos that are more eye-catching and stuff like that. So that is why we kind of recommend you follow us on all forms of social media. You can also email us at PS Responders if you have any questions, comments, or ideas. With spring coming up, we know there's a lot of fairs, festivals, and events that will be going on. We would like to know if any of you would like us to come make an appearance. We'd love to come meet with you guys and share any weather information and get to know the public a little better, or our audience a little better. Once again, it helps us fine-tune what we do as a team. It kind of helps us also if we have more people just say in the Fort Wayne, Indiana area, we know to focus more on there during severe weather days than, say, Lexington, Kentucky, or vice versa, or whatever the case may be. I know most of our members are from somewhere in Ohio, but it kind of helps us know how to help the majority, and obviously if there was something going on in Van Wert and just say Lexington, Kentucky, it's not like we're going to not pay attention to both of them. It's just we know where more people are being affected at once, and it helps us to know where we need to put the majority of our attention in. So, with that being said, once again, my name is Matthew Jacobs with the Professional Storm Responders. Have a great day. Stay weather aware. Make sure to click that subscribe button and click that bell for notifications.